What's up, everyone? Just getting things all organized. All right. Gonna get ready to rock and roll here. Brandon. Hey, Jonathan. Morning. Must be a third shifter. Here is our owner list for tonight. We've got all spots accounted for. Obviously, minus the duck race, but we'll get that here in just a second. So, not missing any payments, so I appreciate that. Easy peasy. What's the saying? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy? Something like that? I don't know. So, let me bring the little tablet in. Just don't want to remember bed. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, this last week or so, about this time of night, like I was sitting there right before the break filled and I was like, man, I'm tired. I don't know if it's my old age, now that I'm 41 or what, but I get to between 10 and 11 and I'm like, I'm sleepy. So, anyway, here's our duck race filler. We've got 28 people. Steven at the top, Zach Brenner at the bottom. Everybody else is the meat of the sandwich, so to speak. So, we need 28 ducks. Let's get this bad boy fired up. No, that's 27. We need one more than that. There we go. Set this thing, shuffle them one time. Let me point you guys down so you can see a little better, too. That probably helps. And here we go. Good luck, everybody. Eating supper at 5. My wife already, so she gets home at like 4:30 from school, and by 5 o'clock she's ready to be eating dinner. But she also goes to bed at like 9:30 during the school year. 9:30 to 10 is like max late for her. But I get it because she's up at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. So, supper, yeah. Oh yeah, we call it supper here. Duck number 4. I mean, I call it dinner. In our house, we call it dinner, but around here in this neck of the woods, a lot of people call it supper. So, duck 4 is Kevin Finkel. Congrats, Kevin. Picking up the duck race win. I just can't get myself to eat dinner before 7. Oh, no, I can eat dinner before 7. That's no big... I don't care what time it is. Now, if it's super early, before about 5, if you're talking like 5:30 or earlier, then I got to kind of plan my day around that. You know what I mean? Like, I got to eat lunch super early. Like, I got to know in advance. But to me, 6 o'clock... 6 to 6:30 is like dinner time for me in my head. Now, I don't always do that, but all right. We got 2 boxes of Prism 2024, 1 box Select, and 1 box National Treasures. We're going to do the Prism first. I wanted to show you guys just real quick. I know I pointed this out before, but if you take a look at the 2 Prism boxes, one of these things is not like the other. I don't understand why they had 2 different colored hobby boxes, but we clearly have a blue box and a purple box. I may be old, but I'm not that old. So, just wanted to point it out again. Oh yeah, I get it. If you're not getting home till 6, then yeah, that makes sense. Yep, totally get that. You get home, gotta have a shower. By the time you're home, relaxed for a couple minutes, and had a shower, it is 7 o'clock basically. So I get it. All right, good luck, everybody. Here we go. We're going to move pretty quick through the base. Silver Pulsar, Ryan Preece. Going to go to Chris Bonnet tonight. 292 of 399. Yeah, for sure, Scott, for sure. Silver, Chase Elliott. The summer, my ideal time to eat changes drastically based on the weather. If I'm hot, I can't eat. I have to, in the summer, there's nights where I have to wait till, 9 o'clock to have dinner because I just can't. Red Prism Lane Riggs goes to Billy Joe Garcia. 67 of 299. Yep. Silver Jake Garcia. Yeah, and I'm with Todd too. If I'm hot, I can't sleep either. I think it was 2 years ago when we were in Florida. The AC quit working in the condo we were staying at, and in the middle of the night, I got up and started packing stuff up, and I was ready to leave in the middle of the night. I just couldn't stand it. So, 52 of 299, red, Martin Truex Jr. Going to Nate. Yeah, Scott. So, back then, when I was working at the shops and stuff, and it was super hot, nice Mojo Tony B. Here we go. Going to Dave. Nice one, Dave. But 16 of 25 on Tony B. But when I'm super hot, and especially when I was working at the dealerships, or even if I'm not, but if I'm super hot and I'm like it's lunchtime, it is very, very common for me to roll through like Dairy Queen and get an ice cream cone. And I'll call that lunch. Because that's about the only thing that sounds good. So. Chandler Smith checkered flag prism going to Jonathan Heitzman. Five out of 75. And then we got a red Scripps Tommy Joe Martins. That's going to go to Johnny Hinton in the unlisted spot. $34.99. Victory Lane Jr. Austin Dillon, silver Pulsar, goes to Michael Clay. 164 out of 399. AC went out yesterday. Oh, that's no good. Actually, I kicked our furnace back on here because they're calling for like 46 or something like that overnight tonight. Connor Mozak silver. So I don't, Ohio's just... Sometimes it takes us a minute to get into summer, and then we usually can stay there. But gosh, sometimes the struggle rolling into summer weather is real here. Dale Jarrett red, 30 out of 99, going to the unlisted spot, Johnny Hinton. Yep, it's bipolar for sure. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Eric Jones, Pulsar silver, going to Anthony Hawley. I can't keep up with mowing. 243 of 399. You guys know me, I love to mow grass. And so I mow my own yard, and then my mom lives down the street from us. I mow her yard, and then just a couple of weeks ago, my neighbor beside me, she's almost the same age as my mom, and she's also a widow. She asked me to mow hers, so I've got 3 yards I take care of now, and trying to keep up with 3 of them with the weather is a real chore. If the weather would cooperate, mowing 3 yards would be a piece of cake. Red Sensational Signatures, Josh Berry. Goes to Dale Cobb Jr. $99.99 on the bookend. So Andy's going to be selling cards to pay for an AC. We'll keep our eyes peeled, Andy. Red Chase Elliott goes to Paul. $164 of $299. Blue Alex Bowman goes to James Ward. And that's 103 of 199. Groovy Bubba. Yeah, that's the problem here, Scott. It's like it wants to rain when you're home and available to mow, and then it wants to not rain when you don't have the option to mow or whatever. I had to mow my yard tonight wet, which I hate doing, but Tony Stewart, Silver Pulsar, going to Steven Roberts. 113 of 399. Silver Terry Labonte. And National Pride Dale Jr. Has anybody watched the Earnhardt documentary yet? Red, Jeremy Clements. Going to Johnny Hinton. Halfway through episode 1. I haven't started it yet, so I'm just 168 of 299. $189 of 199. Matty D. Blue. Pot of gold, Jimmy. Yeah, that's funny, Scott. It's bad when you gotta cut on cold water and have to wait for it to get cold. Yeah, now that's, you know it's hot then. If you go to turn on the cold water and you have to wait for it to get cold, then you know it's hot. Purple Danica Patrick. Going to Storm Ghost. 85 and 99. Belize. Yeah, Scott. So I've been to Honduras. And that's about what it was like in Honduras. Basically 100% humidity, practically. Blue Prism Tony B. Going to Dave. 164 or 199. Good start with Tony B. That and the short print earlier. Yeah. One thing for sure, us as humans we will always complain about something with the weather. It's just in our DNA, I think now. Silver Pulsar Terry Labonte. That's going to go to Billy Joe. 36 out of 399. Bill Elliott Silver goes to Brian. Pot of gold, Josh Berry. Last pack for box 1. Should have another auto. Should being the operative word here. Got Chase Briscoe, purple. Going to Victor. $75 and 99. And there it is. There's our other autograph. Scripps Mojo. Todd Gilliland. Todd Gilliland is among the unlisted drivers and will go to Johnny Hinton. Nice hit, Johnny. $14 out of 25. Yeah, solid first box. We'll take that. All right, number 2. I'm going to see if they're going to stand up there. I think they will. See if they'll behave themselves. Silver Pulsar, Alan Kulwicki. It's going to go to Troy. 111 of 399. Scripps, red, Ryan Truex. On the autograph, that's going to Johnny Hinton. 13 out of 99. We've had a lot of red tonight. Groovy Lane Riggs. And then a code card. Carl Edwards, purple. Going to go to JR. $97 and $99. Raja. Silver. And National Pride, Haley Deegan. Danica Patrick, silver Pulsar. Apparently I can't see. Going to Storm Ghost. 283 of 399. Then we got a blue Lawless Allen. Going to Dave. 9 out of 199. And then red Alex Bowman National Pride. Going to James Ward. 46 out of 99 on that one. So, if you guys didn't hear me talking about it in the break the other night, because I'm going to be away from, I say out of town, but I'm not going to be gone. I'm not going to be far from home. It's more so we're just staying where we're going to go because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of beverages consumed, and it's just easier for everybody to just stay where we're going. But like I said, not going to be far from home. Anyway. Red Alex Bowman, 83 of 299, going to James. But I mentioned that I won't have any break this weekend because of where we're staying and just what we're doing. We've got my sister-in-law is getting married. We're staying in a cabin, sharing a cabin with some folks, and Anyway, just all the wedding things. So, no break this weekend, unfortunately. But what I am going to do is we're going to revive the race pool. We used to do it every week. We used to do a race pool. Some will remember this and some will not. Sensational Signatures Red, Rusty Wallace. Going to Jake Phillips. All right, we see you, Rusty. And the race pools, 27/99 on the Rusty. Let's put him up there instead of Josh for a little bit. Change it up. The race pools are pretty straightforward. It's $4 to get in. We're going to do one for the Coke 600 and one for the Indy 500. The prize for each will be the same prize. I mean, obviously different, but the same. 62 of $3.99. Carl Edwards Silver Pulsar goes to JR. Mojo Brandon Jones. Wonder if Scott, you got one of those yet? That's a short print. Going to Scott Dixon. 20 out of 25. That's one of his door numbers. Not the right one for that car, but it's one of them. So, anyway, the race pool will be $4 a spot, and then you get assigned a random driver from the race prior to the start of the race, and then if your driver wins, then you win the prize. So keep an eye out for that, because both the Coke 600 pool and the Indy 500 pool, like I said, are going to have the same prize. Both of them are going to have a Parkside IndyCar hanger box included in the prize. So we not only have NASCAR cards as a prize, but we've got IndyCar cards as a prize. So my hanger box has actually arrived yesterday. $234 at $299. Dale Jr. Red going to Storm Ghost. So probably on Tuesday when I get back, we will, if I don't have the hobby boxes here yet, we'll go ahead and do a break with just the hanger boxes of IndyCar. Silver Chris Buescher. And Groovy Jeff Gordon. But I will post all the details for the Cup race and IndyCar race pool tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. I've already set an alarm for myself so that I don't forget it. But tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Red Tanner Gray. Going to Chris Bonnet. 262 out of 299. Carolina Blue, Kyle Larson. We could call that Valvoline Blue. Going to CW. $43 of $49. Groovy Matt Kenseth. Silver Pulsar Raja Caruth. Going to Dale Cobb. 55 out of 399. Silver Justin Haley. And National Pride John Hunter. crazy good weekend for racing. We got the Indy 500 Sunday, Coke 600 Sunday, and then here at my local track, my home track at Atomic, we've got the World of Outlaw sprint cars coming to town. So you know where I'll be Monday night. Red, Joey Logano going to Thomas Jones. That's why I said break on Tuesday, because Monday, unless something drastically goes wrong with the weather between now and Monday, we should be seeing some sprint car racing. 198 to 299, Logano going to Thomas Jones Jr. This might be the latest into a year that I've ever gone without seeing racing, which is crazy. Redemption, Sensational Signatures, Prisms, Red, Justin Haley. That'll go to Jesse Bretz. On the Redemption, we got Victory Lane, Jesse Love. It's just a love machine. Do, 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 do. Checkered Flag, Kevin Harvick. Oh, yeah, I know, Scott. 46 of 75. Checkered Flag, Kevin Harvick. I'm going to be doing good to catch any of the other two races. So me being able to see any of that F1 race is just not going to. But I do know. I know for you racing for the all the purists, there's really three big races on Sunday. And it starts with F1 early in the morning, I do believe. Daniel Suarez, Pulsar. Suarez went unclaimed. Interesting. 159 of 399. So that'll go to Kevin Finkel through the duck race. Then we got Alex Bowman on the blue for James Ward. We're going to have to do two things after we finish this box. One, we got to cut that heater off. 39 of 199 blue Bowman, because it's getting warm down here. And two, I got to grab some more top loaders and sleeves. Pot of gold Rusty. I thought I might have had enough, but I don't. So we're going to have to grab some more off the shelf, which is quite all right. Purple Matt Mills. He's going to go to Johnny Hinton. $22 of 99. Eric Jones Silver. Junior Victory Lane. All right. Yeah, give me a quick second. I'm going to run over there and cut that heater off because it's getting toasty. Somebody cranked it up. That somebody was me. And I'll open some top loaders. All right, let's get into our box of Select, and then we'll do National Treasures last. Empty box. Here we go. Gonna go straight to, ooh, okay. Let's get rid of the code card. Let's go from the back. Danica Patrick. This is one of those loaded packs where we've got numbered card, color wheel, autograph. So, we got a purple Eric Jones on the auto. That's going to go to Anthony Hawley. Let's see if we can carefully sit these all down and do it one at a time at least. These are the kind of packs that you want to find. Eric went off his sticker just a hair there. 28 of 49. Going to Anthony. That'll work just fine on the purple card stand too. And then we got the purple Anthony Alfredo, which will go to Johnny Hinton. And we'll sleeve and top load that in a moment. Once we get done with our color wheel, which is Brad Keselowski. That went through the filler to the duck race and ends up going to Kevin Finkel in the filler on the color wheel. Congrats, Kevin. Get you a mag for that. Nice hit. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I've probably killed 4 or 5 gnats in our house, and I just had one flying in my face. I don't know what the deal is with that. Probably because everything's so damp around we got water everywhere. I don't know. Brad Keselowski going to Kevin. Congrats, Kevin. That's how you like to start a select box. And then again, the Alfredo for Johnny Hinton. Three of 75. Yeah, they're annoying. I think it's a product of our weather, but I've never had them in our house like this before. Silver Michael McDowell. Of course, like I said, we did have to replace a door, so we had to have a door open for quite a while, a couple hours doing that. McDowell going to Will Black with the silver. Filler. Thad Moffitt. Carolina Blue, Chandler Smith. Going to Jonathan Heitzman. $30 of $199. Do you do anything to get rid of them, Nick, or do they just eventually just go away? I think it's because we've got so much water, we've had so much rain and so much dampness just in our area that I think they're just probably everywhere. I don't know. Like I said, this is the first time we've ever had them in our house, though, which is weird. Yeah, clearly. Tricolor Jesse Love. That goes to Andy Colwell. Garcia and Newman. We got a redemption. Let me get rid of the code card. We'll go from the back with Josh Williams. We got a redemption. And then we got a red Brandon Jones. Mosquitoes for gnats. No, I'll keep the gnats over the mosquitoes, that's for sure. Mosquitoes are the, well, snakes is the one thing I really can't stand, but mosquitoes is pretty high on my list of can't stand. Brandon Jones going to Scott Dixon again. And the redemption, legendary signatures, Kurt Busch. That's a good one. That goes to Scott Cutler. I don't know if you guys know this about Panini's website, but I wanted to share this little snippet of info. If you sign into your website, sign into the website with your login info, and then you can go over to check ticket status, and you can see if you have any outstanding redemptions. You can see when you entered them and what's going on. If they are more than 120 days old, you can actually click on Inquire. There's a little tab, a little button, and you can click on that, and you can actually send a message basically saying, hey, just checking on my redemption to see what's going on. And I actually got a response back from somebody at Panini today about one of mine because I had requested a replacement about a year and a half ago. I pulled I think it was like a Mike Harmon auto. And I was like, well, that's not one I really want. I'll request a replacement and just see what they send me, Well, I've yet to get the replacement. 57 of 75, lime green, Ryan Blaney. Goes to Robert Rich. So anyways, they emailed me. The lady said that they were working on a replacement for it. So 16 of 35, Jimmy Johnson, select swatch, blue. It's going to be Tire. Goes to Dale. SVG. Another. Gregson, Iron, Tricolor, Zane Smith. Goes to Dave. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for sure, Jonathan. I am certainly not holding my breath. And if you guys, and the other thing I was going to mention too is on Twitter, on X tonight, earlier today, I saw a tweet from the NASCAR on NBC account, and it was something to the effect of tag your favorite driver and see if they respond below. So I tagged Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, and said, hey, what's up with not signing any cards for Panini America just to see 15 of 199, Tanner Gray, going to Chris Bonnet. So I'm sure nobody will respond to those, but maybe somebody will see it and they'll be like, ooh. Red. The theme of the night. Red Chase Briscoe. Going to Victor. Matt Riddle from 3 years ago. 02 Larry Walker. Yeah. 81 of 149 on Chase Briscoe. It's a color match for the fire suit at least. I've got 4 or 5 redemptions outstanding, but most of them I'm quite all right with waiting to get them back. But the Mike Harmon one, I requested that was back when you could still ask for a replacement card. And so I just did that straight away because I knew I didn't really want the Mike Harmon. 64 of 125. Red Cindric goes to Troy Mekis, even though Mike Harmon's like my spirit animal. Truex, and another code card. Ooh, we might have some color back here. I don't know. It might just be an optical illusion too. Well, tie-dye, Zane Smith. I couldn't tell what it was, so I didn't want to jump too far into the gun. That's nice. Zane Smith going to Dave. 4 out of a quarter. 4 out of 25. And then we got Enfuego Blue, Jeff Gordon, going to Robert Rich. 20 of 49. See, there was a gnat right there. Super annoying. Bubba. Clint Boyer. Silver Matt Kenseth. I'm going to have to look up remedies to get rid of gnats. Like, can I make a trap? Something? J-Mac rounds out our select box. Our select box started out super hot, and then I think we shot our wad, so to speak, in the first pack. Not that the rest of the box was bad, but everything that was exciting basically all came in that first pack. So all right. 20 plus Terry Labonte outstanding redemptions. Yow, that's a lot. Yeah, I think I have 5 or 6. All racing, but like I said, the one Harmon is one that I was like, I don't really want that. I think I might have a Blaney, and I don't remember who else. Nothing big. There for a while, I had some big Clint Boyers back in the day that were redemptions that got filled. And that was frustrating because you're waiting on one-on-ones. You know, so. All right. Here we go. I will say that box from NT is heavy. Must have some sheet metal in it. Here we go. White Sparkle, Brandon Jones. Going to Scott Dixon. Dale Jr. goes to Storm Ghost. And Daniel Hemrick, as apparently I've lost all function of my fingers. Daniel Hemrick going to Jesse. All right. Yeah, heavy box. Thick though. I don't know. Well, I think we've learned. I'm not sure that it matters much whether you get a thick or not package anymore. Used to be back in Prime days. If you had a real thick pack, you were like, yep, we got a patch. Now that just isn't the case anymore. All right, let's start this out. Ooh, nice picture. 39 of 49, Tyler Reddick with the Jumpman Air Jordan. Reddick goes to Nate Gogol. $13 out of 25, Daytona Lineage. Richard Petty goes to Brian Jacobs. Race used fire suit 96 and 99, Matty D. That'll go to Johnny Hinton. $22 and 99 Silhouettes, Justin Allgaier. Going to Jonathan. Sheet metal, Brad Keselowski, 9 out of 99. BK. Through the filler, BK to Kevin Finkel. In the duck race. The filler has turned out quite all right for Kevin. At least with the BK spot, that is. 18 out of 75, race used tire, Kyle Larson. It's going to go to CW. And then we're going back to 2023, last year. 9 of 49, Fire Suit Signatures, Clint Boyer. Belongs to Scott Cutler. Let's swap him out with Eric Jones for a minute. 5 out of 99, Colossal Material Signatures, Austin Hill. Belongs to Tony. And then we're going Chris Buescher. 25 of 25, premium patches. Chris Buescher goes to David Brinkman. Nice hit, David. And we needed something good to save the box, in my opinion. I think we got it. Treasured Moments. 8 out of 10. Hollow Gold, Richard Petty. Petty wins 200th race at Daytona. Going to Brian Jacobs. And boy, we were talking about Richard kind of struggling a little bit. We must have got this signature early in the morning because that is beautiful. Out of 10. Congrats, Brian. That's nice. Get you a mag for that one. Yeah. All right. So, thanks again to everybody who participated in tonight's break. Definitely appreciate the support, no matter whether you grab one spot for, $2 or $3 or whatever it was for, or whether you're somebody that grabs, 6 or 8 spots or whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the level of support. I appreciate the support no matter who it is, what it is. Again, tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, I will post the race pool for the Indy 500 and the Coke 600. And each one of those, it's $4 to get in, and there'll be a couple of different prizes. Same for both races, but there'll be some different boxes that you can win as a result of picking the right spot and getting the right driver. So let's do a quick recap. We had Short Prince, Zane Smith, Brandon Jones, Mojo, and Tony B. Mojo, all out of 25. Our relics were Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Justin Allgaier, Matty D, and Jimmy Johnson. Autographs were Redemptions, Kurt Busch, Redemption, Justin Haley. From 23 National Treasures, Clint Boyer. Premium Patches, Chris Buescher to 25. Austin Hill to 50. Purple Select Auto, Eric Jones. Red Sensational Signatures, Rusty Wallace. Mojo Scripts, Todd Gilliland. Red Sensational Signatures, Josh Berry. A lot of red Scripts, Ryan Truex. Red Scripts, Tommy Joe Martins. You guys can see the theme. And then first pack of Select, we had this color wheel, Brad Keselowski, super nice. And then the very last card of the break was this Hollow Gold Richard Petty out of 10. Treasured Moments autograph. So, again, thanks to everybody that participated. We got the race pool this weekend and a little bit of a weekend off, so to speak. But tentatively, we're going to shoot for Tuesday with the IndyCar hangers as a break. The only reason I'm going to not do that is if I get word that the hobby boxes have shipped. Because initially I wanted to do those as mixers. But if they haven't shipped the hobby boxes by the time Tuesday rolls around, then we're going to go ahead and break these hangers. And we'll just do the hobby boxes separate. It'll be fine. So that's all I got for tonight. Everybody have a great rest of your evening. And we will see y'all next time.